Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. Who killed Manfred Schoeni? The Boracay Island Massacre. I ran across this story while researching another story, and it just grabbed a hold of me. And I said I want to share this with my viewers and subscribers. I'm not trying to solve this case. Hopefully it's already been solved. But I couldn't find anything. But on or about May the 2nd, 2004, 4 bodies were found in a luxurious villa high above Boracay Island. Many considered it the most luxurious villa on all the island. It was owned by a German developer who was one of the victims. They had been brutally murdered. Each victim, 3 foreigners, 3 prominent foreigners, and the Filipino employee. She was employee of the developer, had been stabbed repeatedly in their beds while they slept. It sort of reminded me of the Helter Skelter murders. But one of the victims was Manfred Schoeni, one of Asia's most eminent art dealers. He was a visionary, a Swiss-born multimillionaire. He owned vineyard in South Africa. He owned several restaurants in China. He was prominent in bringing Chinese contemporary art to the world. He introduced some of the greatest Chinese artists to the international art world. But he was a larger-than-life figure. It would be like Henry Ford or Elon Musk or Bill Gates coming to the Philippines on vacation and getting murdered. This is how big this gentleman was. And that's what piqued my interest. I'm wondering, did the killers even know they were murdering Manfred Schoeni? Because it wasn't his house. He was a visitor there. And again, I couldn't find where anyone was ever brought to justice or if the families ever received any justice. So if you know more about it, any updates, please let me know, put it in the comments. But I just want to share this story with you. I did the Fair Use Act because I've got some footage, I've got some pictures. I put some links in my description where you can go and read about the story. In May, it'll be 20 years since it happened. It was a big, big case here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, just imagine if Bill Gates came here on vacation and was brutally murdered like that. So here it is. Tragic, a mystery, probably until this day. Take care. On or about May the 2nd, 2004, 3 prominent foreigners and a Filipino employee of one of the foreigners was found brutally murdered in a luxurious villa high above Boracay Island. Police identified the victims as Swiss-born Manfred Schoeni, who owns 2 art galleries in Hong Kong, German property developer Anton Fastenhauser, and Hong Kong-based British architect John Cowperthwaite. The 4th victim was Irma Sarmiento. She was 35 and an employee of Anton Fastenhauser. The victims had been repeatedly stabbed in their beds while they slept. Investigators looked at robbery as the initial motive. Police felt it was an inside job because the main door was open from the inside. There was no signs of forced entry. They felt the killers were let into the residence. There was no broken windows, no locks or anything that would warrant a break-in. 2 large kitchen knives, which were thought to be the murder weapons, were found in a bathroom off one of the bedrooms. A footprint was also found. The 25 construction workers were questioned who had worked on various parts of the 1 hectare estate, as well as the boyfriend of the maid. They were all released except for one, a Filipino who was actually the foreman of the crew. He and 3 unnamed Filipino suspects were kept for questioning, but later released because of lack of evidence. The police then turned their attention to a German national who was an aide and a friend to Faustinhauser, who had actually found the bodies. His footprint was the footprint left into the bathroom. Robbery and homicide charges were filed against him, but he slipped out of the country and back home to Germany. But eventually, based on evidence from the Philippine National Police and the German prosecutor, charges were dropped against the German national. 200,000 pesos and personal items taken from the property were missing. 6,000 Hong Kong dollars as well. A laptop, cell phone, jewelry, and electronic organizer. It was thought to be a robbery gone wrong. Attention then turned to a British national who had been a business partner of Faustinhauser in a bar in Boracay. He was brought in for questioning and denied the charges. He was willing to take a DNA test as well as a lie detector test, which he passed with flying colors. He was thought to be the mastermind. It was rumored that he and Faustinhauser's Filipino wife were having an affair. That was never proven. Another British national was eventually questioned and arrested and let go because of lack of evidence. As of this date, I couldn't find anyone charged with the murders. The last article was dated April 2007, and it talked about the charges being dropped against the German national. Manfred Schoeni was a preeminent member of the Hong Kong community for nearly 30 years. He contributed greatly to the artistic life of the city. He leaves behind a daughter who continues his legacy. As 20 years approaches, I'd like to find out if anyone was ever charged. So if you have any information on this case, could you please put it in the comments? Thank y'all so much. If you're in America, it's early. You're about to get up and go to work or to the gym, get a newspaper, a cup of coffee, see somebody out in the street or wherever you see them. Buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's midnight already. Hope you're able to help somebody. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time.